Today I'm hiking from Charlotte Pass to the Illawong Swing Bridge, a suspended crossing over the snowy river. Surrounded by alpine wilderness and sweeping views, this hike isn't just about the destination, it's about disconnecting, breathing in the mountain air, and walking through one of Australia's most stunning backcountry trails. The trail begins at Charlotte Pass car park and follows a moderately challenging out and back route, covering 12.7 kilometers in total. On average, the hike takes around 3 hours and 45 minutes according to AllTrails, offering plenty of time to soak in the alpine beauty along the way. So just enjoying the Australian Alpine. For my international viewers, we're at the Kosciuszko. The Kosciuszko is Australia's highest peak, and it's a great place to visit if you've never been there. So you can see this hike is pretty easy. It's got little markings. Gothica Village Ski. It's interesting. Bitcoin just went back up to 94,000 US dollars. I was talking to this, back up to 94,000 this week, which is really great. It dropped down to 85, I think, which is pretty hectic, but that's BTC for you. So coming up ahead, I think what we're going to see, because we're still in the bull run, because we're in a 4-year cycle. So I think by the end of the year, we're going to hit at least 150 to 200,000, maybe more. It'd be great if we hit more, and then all the altcoins are going up. And you might be curious, why do you invest in it? Why do you agree with this? Well, I started investing back in 2017, and I did my research. I looked at the white paper, looked at everything about it, and once I fully understood the problem that it solved, so the problem it solved was what was the problem? The Byzantine generals, the Byzantine generals problem. So it solved that problem. That problem is where when you have, just wait, there's people I'll have to pause for a second. Okay, so we just passed those, just a group of people doing a bit, talking to the camera in front of them, you know, it looks a bit weird, these vloggers out here, and you should be enjoying nature. Yeah, so the problem is solved was the Byzantine generals problem, and that was a problem back in the 90s when people sold things online. It was hard for them to detect when a dollar was spent. So if I had the dollar, like a online credit, and I bought something from a supplier, but I still held the coin, or I still had access to it, and I bought something else with that dollar, we didn't have a way to verify if that original coin was spent. So what Satoshi solved was using the hash algorithm and the blockchain, that he solved that problem, and now we can verify by looking at the chain if a certain Bitcoin has been spent. So solving that problem, you know, helps with commerce, and also if you look at the economics about the hard money, about what money is, and you know. Okay, there's more people. Just give me a second. Okay, you might be able to see them behind me. I'm going to pass. Yeah, so solving that problem. And then other things about being hard money, and also the limited supply of 21 million coins means that it couldn't be easily inflated. So after I did that research, I thought, yeah, Bitcoin's the real deal. And then all the other cryptocurrencies that got released, I looked into those things like Cardano, Solana, Ethereum. But so the strategy I used to get into was the strategy called DCA, dollar cost average. So you just buy a little bit when you can and just keep buying, and then over time the price of it it's been going up. It has huge fluctuations, but like any investment, they're always a little bit risky. But yeah, so it's interesting to see how Bitcoin's going. Whew. It's getting a bit warm now. Oh, that's still another 100 years away. Yeah, it's about. Yeah, it's still a long time away. So last time I looked at the date, I knew I'll be dead. So what happens is the miners. So yeah, so my friend just asked me about what happens when all the Bitcoin gets finished, like the 21 million is created. So what happens is all the current miners who are mining it, they become validators of the network. So they validate, and then they will get a small reward. And then, but it does stop. It just completely stops. So the miners stop making it, stop mining new coins. But the thing is, that's not going to happen until at least 100 years. So most of us will be dead. But you know, they'll, like these companies, because companies can live forever, they'll have it in their plan and their structure to look at this. And that's why as the hash rate keeps dropping, so I think the last time I checked, there was like 6 every hour or whatever, 6 new Bitcoin, and every 4 years that drops down. Just wait again. Okay, I'm back. It's quite a busy track, this one. Yeah, so once that's done, the miners will just convert to validating the system, validating the transaction. And I was talking about the hash rate. So currently the hash rate is producing 6 Bitcoin every hour or every minute, and every 4 years from here onwards it gets cut down in half, and that's why we get these four yearly bull runs. So if you look at since its creation, we've had these 4 cycles, and it's been very predictable. It's almost been like to the dot, and each cycle runs for about a year and a half after each halving. And we had the halving around February last year or April last year, so it's been about a year. So another 6 months of this bull run near the end of the year, and then that usually will be the end. So my strategy this time, because I haven't learnt from previous ones where I'll see the price pump. So I saw the price pump up from 3,000 to 20,000. Still held on to my coins, didn't sell. Saw it drop down to 3,000, and then still held, and dollar cost average, and I just bought a bit more here and there, like 1,000 here, 500 there over the years. And I saw it pump up to 69,000, and then I dropped back down to 20, shot back up to 68 or something, and then dropped back down just under 20, so like 18,000, and the whole time I held on. So imagine if I, sold roughly at the top and then bought back down the bottom. I could be a lot better off than what I'm now. But this time I'm selling. I am not, and then I'm going to hold, and then I'm going to buy back in. So if you follow, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and in 6 months time we will see, and then in another year's time we'll see when the price drops. You'll see I'm going to buy back in. But yeah, if you're like a young kid, 18, 19, 20, you're starting out and you do want to make a bit of money, I would highly recommend researching cryptocurrency. Those meme coins, I'll tend to stay away from them unless you've got money to burn, because that's like a total gamble. Unless you know someone who's in the, like, making the coin or something, then you can get it. But for most people, what you want to do is stay with the bigger ones. So the ones like in the top 20, dollar cost average into those ones, and then from there you build up your accumulation, wait for the pump, sell when you can, and then hold on to it and wait for the dip, and then go back in. And you're not going to get rich quick, so give yourself at least 8 to 10 years if you're that patient, because time flies, mate. I'm telling you. Like, I've held on for like 8 years, and I've seen it do crazy things. So that's what I'd suggest if you're a young bloke out there wanting to make some money. But yeah, that's the hike. I'll show you some more video of the hike. Quite a shaky bridge, it's wobbling, bouncing up and down as you can see. Yeah, nice. And that's why we get out to nature, just to experience things like this. Okay, so we just arrived at this place. I'm gonna do some drone shots, which I'll add into the video. Yeah, it's quite a nice place to have a picnic. Illawong Suspension Bridge in Australia's Kosciuszko National Park. As a hobby, the drone has been a great addition for me. I've used it to travel to different places and get some interesting shots. So it's definitely been a great toy. So yeah, as you can see, this is where I'm at. Quite a nice place. Yeah, encourage everyone to get outdoors, have fun, exercise. It's good to get out in nature. So for me, I started off as my own business. I used to own a dog grooming business with an ex-girlfriend, and then unfortunately we separated. And after we separated, I started to go back to uni and I studied software engineering. So did that, and just before I was supposed to complete the course, like, I started looking for a job, and then within 6 months I got a job, but I had to move. I had to move from the place that I grew up down to Melbourne in Australia. And I was fresh out of uni, so it was a bit of an adventure. And I worked for this small firm building sports betting app. So when I studied software engineering, I really wanted to be an Android developer. So my goal was after that was to become an Android developer. And I was able to get a job within 6 months, but I had to, start as a junior, so I worked by myself, and then within 6 months went to another job, just kept leapfrogging every year, just because I wanted to work with more intelligent people, better coders, I could improve different code bases, learn a lot. Yeah, so I did that, quite good at it. I was earning decent money, like $250,000 a year, so that was pretty good. But then after COVID, I kind of got sick and tired of it, and now I wanted to just travel and explore a bit more, so I got a drone. And for the past 2 years I've been adventuring and doing some exciting stuff, which you're going to see. I just haven't posted some of the videos that I've created, so I will do that. Things like, going canyoning, learning how to canyon, and taking people on canyoning trips with me, and learning how to free dive, and learning how to do a handstand. Eventually I want to do a one-arm handstand. But yeah, so life it's what you make of it. I think if you just enjoy life and don't take it too stressful, have the goals and work hard towards them, and just understand you don't really need to have a degree all the time. Like I said, I didn't complete my degree, but I should have completed it because I only had one credit, I think. I was just like, all right, I'm just going to start working, and I was able to get a job. This was back around 2015, 2016, I think. And back then in Australia, there was a shortage of Android developers, so I kind of chose a good profession. Now there's a lot of them, but I think AI and with the advent of AI, it's going to be harder for developers because you can just ask AI to write code for you. But I think you still need to understand what coding is. I think understanding how to deploy apps, understand how to architect apps, things like that really helps. But yeah, I see a shift in it, and my focus now is trying to do more adventures and level up in different areas of my life. So hence I'm out here in the middle of nowhere enjoying nature. So yeah, I'd really encourage everyone to just follow what they're good at. Sometimes your parents don't have the best vision for your future, so but also learn multiple skills at the same time. I don't think being someone that is focuses on one thing and relies on that for most of their life to be happy or content, you're going to get good satisfaction out of it. I'm a real big believer in the jack of all trades, even though people know the saying is jack of all trades, master of none, but the full quote is jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So for my experience, I found doing multiple things and learning, just being curious and wanting to improve, level up. I've enjoyed my life and been able to do some crazy stuff, which I'm going to start sharing online because I feel like, I've got something to share and people might enjoy it. But yeah, look how beautiful this place is. And behind me, you see the mountain range. That's my mate over there flying the drone. And it's lucky when you have someone that's into the same stuff as you, where you can just do things, call each other up and just go on a trip. So if you've got someone that you can do these adventures with and level up and experience life, it does make it a little bit more enjoyable. But, if you don't, if people around you are negative and don't like to do stuff, then I encourage you to just do it yourself. Start with small hikes. Don't be afraid. It doesn't have to be a big hike or a big adventure. Just get out of your comfort zone. Do that regularly, at least once a month. Challenge yourself, and you will start to grow confidence and become a more happier and confident person. And I think if you can do that, you're doing well.